Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Future Fight video. And in order to torture myself, and because I just absolutely love wasting crystals, I decided to take the CTP of energy that I had on THENA and swap it with a CTP of rage, in hopes that I can find this character's purpose, because at this point, since she doesn't have a heal and her survivability is lackluster at best, World Boss Legend is definitely not going to be the place for her. Since today is Saturday, aka the Universal Superhero Day, whether it's female or just Universal Superhero, she's viable. So I wanted to see if she can actually keep up with Scarlet Witch or Ghost Rider. Well, to be honest, if she's not outdoing Ghost Rider, that's a problem because Ghost Rider is significantly cheaper than her. Scarlet Witch is a tier 2 native, so there's I guess a topic of discussion there that she's expensive too. But you don't need to spend 8,000 crystals to get access to Scarlet Witch. THENA, you kind of do. There's also another problem with THENA. She's physical, right? Let's get physical, boys. She's physical, and for the majority of players, we have an imbalance in our cards where we have a lot more energy attack than physical attack. So that is also going to be an issue for THENA, where when you use her, if you do make her like your primary character for this particular day and you're trying to get the max score possible, you will need to consider switching your cards around. You can see I have well over 30% more energy attack than physical attack. I will try to fix that on Black Friday, but that is not something you can fix easily. Rather, you can fix it easily, but just because something is easy doesn't mean it's cheap or free. Because what I'm gonna need to do if I want to balance out my stats is re-roll this energy attack here on that Lunar Snow card. That's gonna give us 10% more physical attack if I change it to all attack. And then on this one, I need to do the same thing again. And then I believe that's about it. So even then, I would still be a little bit over because this Lunar Snow card gives me a little bit more energy attack than physical attack. So yeah, it is gonna be pricey if I want to try and balance out my stats. We'll have to test and see if she can actually even compete with Scarlet Witch, because I know some of you guys are getting like 10 million with Scarlet Witch on this particular day. All right, let's see if she has what it takes to give us a top tier score, boys. I'm looking for somewhere in the ballpark of 9 million plus. Anything less is just kind of yikes. For ABX purposes, it's nice that her tier 3 is not an iframe, because when you sit in iframes too much, like the mobs don't come to you, and when they don't come to you, you lose a bunch of damage. Like, you notice, like, now I'm sitting in the iframe on the 5th. None of those guys are moving. Yeah. Can I get off the tier 3 before the roar? I need to get the stupid beast back in line. I need to get him to the top of the map without having to actually walk there, you know?
because we're like losing a lot of precious time like we could be using. Uh-oh. Almost. Got one more tier 3. We got it. The rotation here at the end was very messy, but we made it over 9 million. And looking at this score and knowing that I have lower than I wouldn't say lower than average, I was gonna say lower than average, but my physical attack is still pretty high. Considering I have more energy attack than physical attack, 9 million is not that bad. So I do see where some people could possibly score maybe 10 million, 11 million with her. But here's the thing. Rage at this point in time can't be reforged. Whereas Scarlet Witch, she uses a judgment and that can be reforged. And I believe people with brilliance for this Scarlet Witch are currently scoring over 11 million. So that's something you guys need to consider. I'll show you a run with my Scarlet Witch and you can get an idea of how much more I score with Scarlet Witch with the 30% more energy attack that I have coming from my cards. Now, being completely honest with you guys, I prefer using Scarlet over THENA simply because the rotation is just so much smoother and Scarlet has a much easier time killing all of the side minions, the robots, the frost giants, or whatever you want to call them, right? And also, if you do miss any of them, it's much easier to get them without actually stopping to track them down with Scarlet Witch, because she has the beam attack on her 3rd skill, so she can just circle around the map and get anything that doesn't get hit. Alright. Timed that perfectly, so we were able to stop the roar. He's gonna try and guard break me, which is fine. Okay, let's use the 3rd. Okay. Next rotation, he's going to roar. Yep, right here. Ideally, I want to be at 8.2 million before we get below 1 minute left. He guard broke me there. That's unfortunate. Alright, so this is not going to be my best performance, but it's not a bad one. Another cool thing about Scarlet is she's much easier to keep the bar with. The score bar, the meteor evasion point thing. With Scarlet, it's much easier to keep that because you can move around a lot more in your 3rd skill. Alright, it's looking like this is definitely going to be an off day, but we still broke. Not bad, right? We still broke 9.7, so that's pretty good. Usually I get around 9.9 if I actually try, so I might go back in and do a couple more runs and see if we can get a little bit better than this, but it's not that bad. So you can see the difference between THENA and Scarlet Witch. I find Scarlet Witch to be a stress-free experience, and with THENA, I don't know, man, it's a little iffy, right? I'm stressing constantly with the mobs just chilling at the top of the map. I have to make an effort to go get them and all that stuff. But when Rage is reforgeable, it will be interesting to see how these characters compare to each other, because I do have a CTP of Rage on Scarlet Witch. So do keep that in mind, okay? Let me show you guys my Scarlet right here, my Queen. She does have a Rage as well, and the fully awakened, you know, that kind of stuff. So you guys leave me, that was actually pretty cool seeing her thing behind Gilgamesh and Luke Cage there. But anyways, leave me your thoughts in your comments, guys. And catch you guys in the next one. Yeah, THENA, is she worth it? Let me know.